I just got a haircut. Your boy is looking fresh to the dome, straight skinhead. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about who I am and who I've been the past 3 to 4 years of my life, and how that's affected me today, and how that's gonna affect me tomorrow. I'm from Georgia. I've been from Georgia my whole life. I got ties in Florida. But my life is Georgia, and I grew up in Atlanta, and that's where I grew up. I grew up, a football player, an athlete. I was popular in school, had girls, had girlfriends, had a lot of friends, had a lot of people, and all that was great. And the day that I stopped playing football and dropped out of college, and boom, 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 it was like downhill after downhill after downhill. My ego was shattered. My life was in shambles. Nobody respected me anymore, or so I thought. Nobody was, supporting me in any way anymore. I had no direction. I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to, I have no thought process behind who I am as a person, no self-identity. And that will leave you, hopeless in a way. And you'll go down this rabbit hole just like I did of drugs, of sleeping around with women, partying, alcohol, the wrong friend groups, the wrong circles, the wrong habits, and the other side of this is having no money. And money is not everything. I will tell you that right now. I agree. I agree with that statement, but money does run the world. You need money to function to at a certain extent. And my life, when I was 18, 19, 20 was sad. If you look at it, like, I wish I could do it over again, and I can't. That's why I'm telling you right now how you should be living. If you're 17, 18, you can watch this video and go, I seen Tommy's life when he's 22. He looks like he's doing pretty good, but he had to go through a lot of pain and suffering when he was 18, 19, 20, and learn a lot of lessons and lose a lot of people and miss a lot of opportunities that I could have had to get to where I'm at. Listen to this video and take it somewhere, if you're that age, or you're even older than me, and stop right now and change your life. When I was that age, I had no, priorities. Everything that I thought was important was completely wrong. My priorities were completely wrong. All I wanted to do was have a good time, live life, like they say. And I thought I identified living life with partying and stuff like that. And that's not how life is identified. You can identify your life any way you'd like, but that's not it. Ask the 40-year-old dude sitting in the bar by himself if that's what life's all about. I promise you it's not. I would really say life is more about having children, raising a family, having a purpose, chasing a goal, this, that, or the other. Having real priorities, not that. That's what I prioritized in my life. And every weekend I would go out, and on Sundays you'd get this anxiety, this regret of like, oh, last night was so fun, but like, now I'm back to reality. You're sober on Sunday morning and you're like, damn, my car sucks. I have no money. I have no job. I have no sort of direction. I have no girl. You have nothing. You have nothing, bro. And it's all because I was not focusing on the right things. My life was this way one day, this way that day, this way the next day. I had no direction and no constant flow in one direction. Even if I took 2 steps forward one day, on the weekend I took 4 steps back. It had no correlation at all to my goals, so I thought. And that led to a long road of, smoking a ton of weed, hanging out with people that, had guns, had drugs, hard drugs, stuff like that. And you go through this circle of, you think these people are cool, and you think these people are your friends, and you think that, oh, this is so lit, I look so cool, I'm gonna be this forever. And then life hits and you're not shit, and you have priorities, and there's things that you need to do, and you can't do those things anymore. If you want to up your lifestyle, that stuff isn't involved, and it will never be involved. There's so many things that I wish I could redo, and I could tell myself, not even that long ago, I'm 22 now, if I could just tell myself when I was 20 or 19 what to do, I would be in such a better position than I even am right now. And I have 2 cars and I have good money. I have done great, but I could have done this a lot earlier had I understood this at 18, 19. And there's just something about, that pain and struggle that will teach you a lesson that's a hard lesson that a lot of people need to hear. And the thing with me is I didn't want to hear from anybody at that age. Whether you were on YouTube, whether you were my parents, whether you were a mentor, an adult, I was so, egotistical that I thought you couldn't tell me shit, and there's nothing that you could tell me that was going to resonate with me and change my life for the better, because I knew it all. And at that time, I had no God, no religion at all. And the struggle with that is when you have no God, now you really have no direction. You have no hope and you have no faith. Those are two things that you need in this life to survive. People survive on hope, they survive on inspiration, and they survive on faith. Faith in themselves, faith in their goals, faith in their dreams, faith in God, faith in their family. And when I was 18, 19, I had none of that. I had zero of that. And all of this is just a tumbling effect. It's a snowball of drugs, partying, no faith, no God, no wisdom, as I would say, because I wouldn't listen to anybody. And boom, 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 boom. It's just a tumbleweed of negativity. And it took me to a place where I was at rock bottom and I had nothing. And it's essential that you listen to this and understand that you can change today. Today. You don't have everything you need, but you have no, what's the quote? It's a different quote. My bad. It's, you don't have everything that you want, but you have everything that you need right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now in this moment. You have everything that you need to get to where you want to be. Everything that you want, you have it right now. That took me the longest to understand, is that I thought my situation had to change before I would change, and that's the opposite. You have to change before your situation will ever change. I thought, my situation would change and then my mindset would change. Wrong. Your mindset has to change and then your situation will change. There's nothing you're going to do or say to yourself that's going to just put you in this new realm, put you in that new car, put you in that new crib, get you with that new girl. It has to be in here. You have to start in here, and you have to take that and roll with it every single day, consistently, and then watch the results come in, and then watch the people X and A out of your life, and this come into your life. Doors will open for you when you change your mindset and your outlook, and you're not so egotistical like I was, to listen to other people, to take a different perspective, to gain wisdom, to you can take something from everybody. The trash man can teach you something about life that the millionaire might not know. The guy riding around in the Rolls Royce might be so egotistical, he's good at making money, but he can't hear shit about life or God or this, that, or the other. Or say he's single, makes a lot of money. He doesn't know anything about a relationship. Look at him, he doesn't have one. The trash guy, the trash man, might be in the best relationship on this planet. He can teach something to that guy. Don't think you can't learn anything from anybody. Don't be so egotistical like I was when I was 19, 20 to not be able to learn from anyone. My life was built up from the age of 16, 17, 18, that people praised me as a football player, as a student, all this stuff. I was perfect, quote unquote. And it got to a point where you couldn't tell me that I was wrong, because look at me. I've done it good. I do it right. I've got a scholarship to play football. I've got friends. I've got, direction. So I thought, and the moment it all got stripped, you watch people just vanish, and you watch your dreams and everything just vanish out of your life. And now where are you? You have no idea who you are, because you built it up in your head that you were the shit, and that you had everything, and that's who I was. And then it takes a road of for me, discomfort and failure and wrong habits and wrong choices to finally realize that I was the problem. It's this Kimbo Slice TikTok. I've seen it like a million times. It was like, I always thought it was the enemy, but it was really the inner me. I thought it was the enemy. I thought it was everybody else in my life. I thought it was everything else that was coming to me, happening to me. But in reality, it was the inner me. It was my choices that was doing this to myself. It was my fault of my current situation. And you have to understand that you get one shot in this life. One opportunity. I'll never get 18, 19, 20 back. I'll never get those years back. I fucked up, okay? I learned, but I messed up. You can change. You can change today. You don't have everything you need, but you have everything. You don't have everything that you want, but you have everything that you need right now, right now, right now, right now. Right now, you have everything that you need to be the person that you want to be tomorrow. But you have to act. That was my problem. I didn't act. You know, I can remember I had a girlfriend at that time. I'm weed, partying, all this stuff all the time. And we would go eat at like Chick-fil-A, and that would like break me. Like $19 would like break me. And like I thought it was like her. I looked at it as, man, if I didn't have this girl, I wouldn't have to spend so much money on food. Like this is bullshit. Like why do I have to be with her? Like she's the reason that I'm not making money. She's the reason that I'm not, where I want to be. If I wasn't with her, I could have more money. Wrong, Tommy. It's you, bro. It's your habits. And that's what I'm saying is it's not what everyone else is doing. It's not the way everyone else is affecting you. If you don't like someone, don't talk to them. If you don't like where you're at right now, change what you're doing and see what happens. I went through all this struggle and pain and no direction to finally realize that it's not everyone else. It's you. You can't blame it on your family. You can't blame it on the way you were raised. You can't blame it on your friends. You can't blame it on your town. There's no reason to blame it on anyone else when you are in control of your life. No one is making you do anything. It might feel like you're pressured to do stuff, but no one's making you drink that drink. No one's making you smoke that blunt. No one's making you go to college. No one's making you date that girl. No one is making you do anything. That's what you think is happening. The truth is, you're accepting that. You're accepting that that's who you're supposed to be. Or you're accepting that this is what I was destined for. The reality is, you control your destiny. You control who you are. You control who you're going to be. And I say all this to say, I'm still figuring out my life. I'm still figuring out who I am. I have a pretty good idea, but I'm figuring it out. And every single day that I make a video like this, that I think about my past, that I tell it to someone else, that I run these scenarios through my head of who I used to be and where I was, I identify more with who I'm going to be and who I am today and who I'm going to be tomorrow. That's the essential part that nobody understands is self-reflect. The phones have ruined us. And I still, I'll watch stuff, but I've disconnected from it, if I'm being honest. Someone said that I don't consume enough content. That's why my content could be better. Probably right. Because I try not to watch that shit anymore. But it's because our generation can't cultivate silence and thought because we're so distracted by what's online and what's in front of us. If you could just sit there in a room for 3 hours, say 24 hours straight in a room, no phone, just your thoughts. Do you know how much you could actually reflect on who you are and where you've been and who you can be and what you're doing wrong? When you're looking at your phone, it's the kid in the Lambo. It's, he scammed for that. Oh, he got lucky. Oh, his parents gave him that. This, that, or the other. Stop worrying about him, bro. Who cares about his Lambo? Worry about yourself. Worry about what you're doing. Why are you not in it? Why are you just Xing it out? That's poor. That's a poor mindset. You can't act like, he was given this, he was given that. Oh, he scammed for that. That's 99% of the time. That's not the case, bro. People don't go into those cars by accident. You can be that. You're not choosing to look at yourself and look at the truth. Life is a mirror. It will show you who you are when you act a certain way, and it will show you who you're supposed to be when you act a different way. You can't take your life, I wouldn't say not serious, because that's not the right term, but you can't look at it from everyone else's shoes all the time. Look at it from your own shoes, and look at your life from your point of view, not from the way everyone else perceives it. And stop caring about judgment. No one gives a shit about what you're doing, good or bad. Got a Corvette. People didn't care. People don't care. People at the gas station, oh, that's sick, bro, that's sick. Blah, blah, blah. Ask me questions. What do you do? This, that. I drive off. They forgot about it. They don't care. Their life's not going to change. And I don't blame them, but I'm just saying no one cares whether it's good or bad. So stop worrying about judgment. I say all this to say in this video, my life was sports, popularity, girls, and that's what I identified it with. And then, in the flick of a dime, my life went to partying, drugs, no money, no friends. Boom. Now, you see how quick it can change. And then, after years of doing that and wasting time and not gaining any knowledge and wisdom, I'm getting back to a point where I'm better again. I have a self-identity again. It's different. I have money. I have morals. I have priorities. But it took my pain of my life, and you can see it on my Instagram, of who I was to get to where I am now. Self-reflect on your life. Self-reflect on your actions and who you've been and who you are. And take that and move it into something positive. There is no situation that you can't overcome. People have lived in cars and became millionaires. Your situation isn't as bad as you think. Your family situation isn't as bad as you think. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect, but I can try to be. And I can try to get better. And I can try to do this and do that and the other. God loves people who try. He will not just give you anything. The world will never just hand you the world on a silver platter. It's not how it works. Try to be better. And remember, you change your situation. Self-reflect on your life. And whatever you want to do, it is possible. It's possible. But you have to make your mind up that you're not going to be the old version of yourself anymore. And you're going to start living in the way that you need to live to be the person that you say you want to be tomorrow.